Hello, this is Dave with Las Olas Picks with an update on the Brightline train service and also just a channel update. I had planned on going out today and shooting some footage, but I'm dealing with this. This is Hurricane Eta, and I'm in Fort Lauderdale, and it's just off South Florida in the Florida Keys, but it's been hanging around down. It came up through Cuba, and now it's turning, and it's going to go over here and hang around out here for a few days. So I'm looking at like this is hanging around for like 10 days of rain, rain, rain. So I did go down to the beach this afternoon, drove up the beach. This is what it looked like. Not fun. Ocean is very angry. There are a few people out because I guess you gotta get your run in no matter what. But no good for making videos. As far as my channel goes, I haven't made a video I made one last week on the Fort Lauderdale boat show, but I'm going to start making videos probably about every weekend. I'll make a video. Too busy during the week. I just have too much to do. But let me just fill you in on what is happening with the Brightline train, just to, if you're not familiar with it. Brightline is a privately owned train that goes from Fort Lauderdale from Miami to West Palm Beach. So this is the United States. Here is Miami. Goes from Miami to West Palm Beach with plans to expand next year with service to Orlando, and then with an extension to Disney World, which is right around over here, and then a further extension after that to Tampa. You can already get from Miami to Tampa on Amtrak, but that train takes a more westerly route. It goes, I think it like cuts across the state and goes up this way. So the train shut down, the Brightline shut down for the pandemic in March, I think March 25th, and it's still suspended, and I have no idea when it's going to resume. But there is another train, the Tri-Rail train, that's parallel. In fact, I have a map. Let me show the map. Here is the map of the routes that the Brightline currently takes. It goes from Miami. There's a station in Fort Lauderdale here, and then it goes on to West Palm Beach. And the Tri-Rail train goes from just north of the Miami airport, and it runs parallel to the Brightline. That's about a half a mile to the west, maybe a little more in some spots. Generally, the Brightline follows US 1, and Tri-Rail follows I-95. It's a little bit just to the west of I-95. Tri-Rail is government subsidized and never completely shut down for the pandemic. Brightline is much more of a first-class experience with assigned seating, leather seats, air-conditioned station, food and beverage service. And when the Orlando service opens, they will be adding a dining car, they say. Here is the, let me bring it over, links to anything I've shown in the description. Route going from Miami to West Palm Beach, expanding to Cocoa and Orlando, and then expanding on down through here. Now, there was a acquisition or merger or whatever you want to call it between Virgin Trains and Brightline, but that fell through. It was actually never an acquisition. It was never a merger. It was more of a marketing deal and branding. They did rebrand the train station in Miami, and as far as I know, that's still got Virgin Trains branding on it, but that deal is off. There's a news article about this. The deal is off. No more Virgin. And some people I've heard think that means that Brightline itself is dead, but that's not the case at all. In fact, they are planning on building another station. And here's an article from that in September 3rd, 2020, which is just a month ago. Today is November 8th, Miami-Dade and Brightline broke ground on a new station in Aventura. Let me bring up my map again. Here's the map. Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach. That station is going to be in Aventura. Aventura Mall, it's going to be right here. Here is, let me see, here's some pictures of the groundbreaking and what the station is going to look like. So they just did this last month. So they're investing $50 million on this station. And I don't think they'd be spending $50 million on a new train station if they were planning on going anywhere. We got some dignitaries, microphone, they made some speeches. So this train ain't going anywhere. In fact, I would say that prior to the pandemic, because they really need the route to Orlando, make any money, prior to the pandemic, they're probably losing money every day. They're highly labor intensive, lots and lots of people involved. There's people in the station, there's people on the trains, there's people in the headquarters. Very labor intensive organization, and the trains were only maybe half full. So they always say that they're on target, they're having the amount of traffic that they need, the amount of traffic that they expected to have, the ridership, I mean, but I don't think they were getting enough ridership to make money. So actually, probably by shutting down for the pandemic, they're probably actually better off. They're losing less money this way. So this is the site, I believe. This is the land, the piece of land. This is Dixie Highway. There's the track. So the design of the Brightline stations is generally that there's a building that is over top of the tracks, and they build a, so they're going to put a platform here with the terminal building over top of the tracks, and then a walkway over top of this, and then here's going to be the ticketing and the check-in and probably parking garage back here or something like that. So this is across the street from the Aventura Mall, and then this is US 1, and this is way too big a highway to build any kind of a walkway over here to the mall. So there's going to be no connection between the station and the Aventura Mall, even though it's said to be next to the mall. So to get to the mall from the train station, you'd have to take I'm almost positive you're going to have to take a bus or something like that. It's really interesting to contemplate what the long-term effect of the pandemic is going to be. I mean, you could argue that many companies have learned to work from home, so the overall value of a commuting option is really diminished from what it would have been otherwise. I mean, I had been before the pandemic taking the Brightline every day from Fort Lauderdale to West Palm, but since then I've been working from home. And when this is all over, I'll probably not go back to commuting every day. Maybe one day a week, maybe not ever. So they lost one passenger at least. So that is my November 2020 update on the Brightline service. Sorry if it's a little bit schizophrenic or whatever, because I haven't made videos in a long time and I'm very rusty. Not that I was ever any good at it, but it's a hobby. I enjoy it. I'd love to hear any kind of feedback you have or suggestions. If you have something nasty to say, please put it on someone else's video. And other than that, I will talk to you again sometime soon.